Hi guys, it is Crystal Steel Sky. Mater's workshop is checking me out in the garage, so you're going to see him pass by.
Yep. I helped her get everything all set up for it.
Well, you're actually not in shot, honey.
I know. I can see that.
I forgot I'm not
Right.
using the laptop camera.
Yeah, she's not using a laptop camera, so she can't spin it around to show me.
Yep.
So actually using the other camera, so hello. I'm going out to the garage.
Yep.
You'll have to send me the link.
Actually,
Or put it up there so I can copy it.
Hi Tank. Let's see if I can copy this. He'll be in just a second, Tank. Copy. And paste. Yay, it worked. Now, we're going to pin that up there. There we go. So, I've got the link up there. And that way we can have people come in. Hi, Mary. Just, it's after Thanksgiving and it's, what time is it? Because I don't even have, it's late in the afternoon, so everybody should be over their food comas. This is going to make me mad because I just had my phone. But, oh well. Hi, Randy. Let's see if I can move that there. Because I have to watch the cord. Because the camera that we use for the cooking channel decided to experiment since I'm literally 10 foot because it's normally set up directly behind can't remember what's on that camera. It's normally set up directly behind my head. So we decided to move it 20 foot this way and see how it works with my craft room, which is not bad. But I need it better than my Chromebook, which I think it's dead anyway because I just haven't charged it in a while. Here's my phone. It's 3:18, so hopefully most of us are over the food coma and have had our leftovers for lunch and leftover for a couple of hours down the road. Oh, he's freezing in the basement. I guess I'll pull him out.
It's not that cold. I got the heater going.
Yeah.
I just got it fired up.
Yeah, but with you blocking off what you have, it'll help.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely helps. I mean, it's a smaller area and everything, so yeah, it definitely helps out.
So,
hey, Mary. Hey, Tank. Hey, Randy.
Lorna, hi. So,
hey, Lorna.
What's everybody up to? If you're crocheting, what do you got? Drinking, building, just chilling, watching on TV, whatever. Let's know what's going on.
Yep. And believe it or not, we want to thank Lorna because it was her idea because she messaged me going, trying to find someone to go live. And I mentioned the Christmas. Sure, why not?
I haven't done one in a couple of weeks because this is Thanksgiving week. No.
Yeah.
No.
Right. So I want to get my laptop and everything all set up with the other camera, the better one.
We had to get the orange extension cord.
Yeah, I had to get an extension cord to plug in because the laptop needs to be plugged in, and it has to be plugged in on a 3-prong, and everything else is 2-prong that Crystal uses.
Okay, so we got Coco and Chillin'. Ashley, hi.
Hey, Ashley.
Come on up if you want. Hopefully you're de-stressing now that your household has somewhat vacated.
Yep.
And honey, can you hear that fan in the background?
The only fan I can hear is my heater going.
Okay. Yarn. Oh, volcano eruption. Mary, did somebody hand you off another ton of yarn? Andy. Oh
Uh,
no. No,
no,
no, no, no,
no,
no.
Randy. This diesel heater works perfect.
Okay. See you in a bit. Now, Randy, that has his. Okay, I'm just making sure because I literally. Here's the laptop and here's a fan right behind it. Randy, that garage has as many holes in it as a colander or a veggie strainer.
Yeah, that's the main reason why I've got this wall here. I've got this here, and that's why I put the ceiling and everything up. And it's not even insulated.
No.
I mean, and on the other side of that wall over there, that's where we got the washer and dryer. So, and that's all open. So, nope.
Yeah,
And
we're gonna do this.
there's no insulation in this.
Yep.
But that's one thing I've been working on, trying to get done. And on top of that, trying to rig up something like that here in the garage would take up quite a bit of necessary floor space. Unless I had it upstairs, and I don't have upstairs all set up yet. I can't put anything really big and heavy up there.
Yeah, the upstairs might become a downstairs after about a day or two.
Maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah, you get down.
Right, because this wall here going down the center, there's nothing. The only thing that's supporting that 2x going from one end to the other is just what I put up, and those are just temporary. They're not even secured in.
Yes, I'm using double stranded, so I've got yarn bar. I mean, it would work great under different circumstances. The circumstances he has in that garage,
No. Now, Randy, now maybe later on, once I got everything all set up, once the garage itself is all fixed the way it's supposed to be on a permanent style basis, wall, say insulation on the outer walls, all the ceiling all done, up in the roof and everything, the whole ceiling all done in with the attic ladder, maybe. But we're also talking about redoing electric would have to come out here for that too, because most of the time those mobile home units are all on 220, and right now I'm running only 110 out here.
Yeah.
So I would have to, that would take a lot more money. It'd be a lot more to do something like that compared to running this little diesel heater. I mean, I could pick up maybe one or two more of these that are bigger. I think I picked one like that. One like this one that's bigger, up for about $150 off eBay. And we already know a computer power station is perfect power source for one of these.
I'm just working on the daughter's boyfriend's blanket and black into black. So that's always fun. And I found out that my neck light doesn't work.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we checked last night. They only had a 1-year warranty on it, so I was like, yeah, that thing's we've had it for longer than a year.
Yeah.
Hey, Kivia. And I mean, yeah, that was a Cobalt one. I'll take a look at it, see if I can figure out something on it. And
because I had it on a charger for like 6 hours last night. I pulled it off this morning.
Hey, Bryn.
Hi,
Yeah.
Brad.
I was looking up on the reason I know it had only a 1 year warranty because I found out what looked it all up on Lowe's website, and I was telling her, well, I know that Harbor Freight's got one, and Harbor Freight, in the Braun line, they've got one that's about $27 compared to $43 at Lowe's.
Yeah, well, it was 39 when we bought it. Was 40 when we bought it,
Right.
and now it's 42
About
and
40.
change.
Right. I think it's like $43.
All right, I'm gonna go to YouTube and share this out. I mean, it's.
Well, I'm going to Facebook.
Copy link. Community.
Okay, well, I got it shared on Facebook.
And I just put it in my community tab if anyone's watching that's not our chat. Cool. Which I have 9 in chats or 9 watching, so that's good.
Yeah, Randy. Breakers after so much time will do that. The only problem I've got inside the house is the breaker system that was put in by a certified electrician, which after seeing everything that was done by them, and I'm going, what were they smoking at the time? And seeing how they did stuff. The companies they wound up putting the breaker box in, the breakers, they're out of business. It's Federal Pacific. Now, a company has started remanufacturing the breakers. Give you a good example. I can go into Lowe's, I can go into Home Depot, I can go to my local hardware store. I can buy a 20 amp GE breaker, single pole, 20 amp thin, for like $4 or $5. Same thing in an aftermarket made brand new for Federal Pacific. I'm looking anywhere from $50 to $60.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's why. Yeah, and luckily for me, I mean, when I was looking at I actually had to replace one that did go bad. It was like $40 for it, and that was for a regular 20 amp breaker.
And that was how long ago that you had to replace it?
Let's just say my dad was still alive and he passed away in 2003.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which the good news about setting this up in here for that project I said you're going to help me with.
Yeah, I know. Still ain't got to it yet. Well, like this, a couple items we do need to get that would be perfect to get over at Harbor Freight. One would be a power outlet. That way we can plug in on that outlet that you've gotten buried up against the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless we get that power strip like what I got from Walmart, that 10 outlet. Now that would be good.
But I don't need that many because I'm.
Yeah, but it's got USB outlets on it too.
Yeah, but if I limit my electric, then
I know. Ooh, Bryant Brand? I've never even heard of them. Now, Bryant Brand, that might be something that's specific to mobile homes, or at that time a mobile home.
when that one was manufactured.
Right. When that house was manufactured, same way with RVs nowadays, with some of the older ones, they had specific manufacturers making their breakers and everything for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Randy. See, that's the thing. That breaker was put in back in. The house was supposed to be rewired, Yeah, supposedly. But I'm still, they didn't get rid of the cloth wrapped aluminum wiring that they should have back then. But like I said, they want to put in Federal Pacific in back in 79, 80, something like that. Now, Cutler Hammer, they're still around. You can still go to any of the big box stores to get Cutler Hammer.
It just takes a little bit of hunting to get that because GE is.
Well, your three main ones you're going to find at a hardware store. Of course, your big one's going to be GE. That's your number one right there. Then it's going to be like a Square D. And then after that would be Cutler Hammer. Those are your three main ones you're going to find. So you go into electrical department for breakers and everything inside of Home Depot or Lowe's, or even to your local hardware store. But the majority, GE, and by far, I mean, they're the most prevalent and least expensive out of all breakers.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Square D or Cutler Hammer. Price wise,
It's
GE.
here. It's easier to get a hold of GE because
Yep,
it's a bigger distribution area.
correct.
ETN. Okay.
Oh, Eaton.
Eaton.
Yeah, Eaton. That's another one. A1.
Come on.
Yeah, Eaton. That's another brand that's out there. It's going to be below your Cutler Hammer.
Yeah, but Randy's saying that his breaker box makes a buzzing noise when the furnace is on.
Yeah, and that's not good.
No. That's either you have a short in the wires close to the box or one of your breakers is fixing to go out.
Yep. And on something like that, Randy, best bet, I hate saying it, but you have to call an electrician to come in. One, you have to call an electrician. Second, call your electric provider and have them swap that box out for a different one. And I would go with the GE brand.
Ah. And yeah, I've got a bit of a mess here, but this is my bag for this. Yeah, if any electrical is buzzing, get far away from it and call somebody who has training in it.
Yeah.
That way, if they get thrown back 30 or 40 foot, it's on them.
Yeah, well, I mean, Randy, yeah, something like that, you're going to have to call an electrician out. Yeah. I mean, like one was saying, sounds like the breaker's going to be going out,
Mm-hmm.
And it could cause a fire. You could have electric fire. And right now, this time of the year, definitely not a good time for having a house fire.
Since you're in a colder state.
Right.
Okay, we got somebody freezing in the basement. Plenty of hard currency, though. Oh.
You might want to block that person because I have no idea who they are.
Didn't bring a jacket. You leave me in the basement. You didn't turn on the pilot light for the heater. What kind of neighbors are you guys?
Oh no, the pilot light's on.
It wasn't on in the basement. I'm just saying. I was just down there. I had to go because I was sputtering.
Hey. Here you go. Here's you some heat.
Yeah.
Or hang on.
Oh no.
I thought you were going to fart.
No.
That's what I was thinking.
Hi, Lorna. Well, we know if the sheet goes.
Okay, Randy, on that, it doesn't matter the brand.
There you go.
Hey, I don't need a jacket no more.
The buzzing is, it doesn't matter if it's Bryant, GE, or Federal Pacific, what. It needs to, you need to get someone out there to look at it. Doesn't matter the brand. Because
Yeah.
that's going to be, the buzzing may be because the brands are semi-incompatible. And it's just now catching up to it.
So you.
So
So who?
get somebody out there.
Did anybody go Black Friday shopping?
Nope.
No, you see where I'm at? No.
Now you see where I'm at,
I wasn't planning on going Black Friday shopping.
and we see where you're at.
Well, I wasn't planning on it, but I did stop by one store, and I'm
Uh-oh.
glad I did.
But you get Juan, you can get those at welding supply stores.
I got
You get that at
5.
Walmart.
Oh.
I got 5 Morgans,
Uh-oh.
and these are like MS beautiful Morgans, but
Oh.
I didn't think, because there's one date in here, which is right here. The
Juan,
18
it just depends on what you're getting.
It's the 1897.
Hmm.
And I didn't put, and I should have, because I should have known better. I didn't put my brain together until I got home, and I went, wait,
That's a key date.
yeah. So I'm going to send these in because even if this 97.0, and I'm in the gray sheet, if it comes back just an MS60, now normally they come back 62, 63. An MS60, I'm going to have my finger on it. Hopefully it'll focus.
No, it's too small.
Damn. 500? Is that 500? No, 900.
And the 1350 is an M. Okay, so the 1350 is a 62. The 3200 is a 63.
Damn.
And I got them for 40 a piece.
You made some money.
Hello.
So I wasn't trying to go Black Friday shopping, but apparently I got the deal of the day.
Yep.
Hey, it sounds like you got lucky on
I
finding that, like me getting that $100 bill.
Yeah, because I was just stopping at the local pawn shop, just seeing what they had in there, what kind of silver. They're usually always expensive.
Almost
Now,
lost it.
Now most of the peace dollars and the Morgans they had were 21s, but they had a few that I got a 97.0 and 96 and 86 and 85 and an 80. Most of them are Phillies. And most of them were about $50 Morgans. I mean, if they come back a 62 to 63, they're $70 to $90 Morgans. I'm thinking about sending them off to be graded. I'm still thinking about it. But that 97, yeah, it even comes back even a 61. It's $1,000 Morgan without even trying.
Randy, I wouldn't be doing that because
No.
that could be a trouble.
And also, by holding that drywall, you are creating a circuit so that can actually come back and shock you.
Well, drywall is going to be insulation, but it could be creating enough of a resistance in there that's going to make it get hot and start burning.
And also, depending on what is around inside the wall, he
Right.
actually could be creating a circuit.
Right.
And that will result in being in the hospital from being
Yeah,
thrown.
you need to call somebody or make a hole around it without touching it so it can breathe. Just
Well, no,
in case it's smoking, that way you can see if it is actually smoking or if it starts having light back there, then you know it's a fire.
Yeah.
You can get to it right away before your whole electrical goes up, and then you're really screwed. I'd rather have somebody have that big of a screw up versus a whole wall.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll
Randy,
make
you definitely need to get an electrician out there.
Definitely need to talk to mom, dad. Someone needs to get in there and start punching some holes in the walls because it's cheaper to spend just a little bit for sheetrock versus a whole house of sheetrock.
Have your mom rewatch this so that she can hear what we're saying and talk to somebody. She may know a
At least the
electrician,
first 20
or-
minutes they were talking about before I got here.
yeah.
Yeah.
She may know an electrician who will do it on the slide cheaper.
Either that, or you might know one that can do it now and pay later, kind of thing, where you can pay
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a friend or something.
Now, luckily for me, I know about electricity, so I can do stuff like that myself. I mean, I've already run the wiring and everything out here, and
Yeah. Arc
what
fault.
I've done out here is basically beyond what code would even say. I'm actually making it safer than what the city says it has to be for code.
Right. Well, so we have no leftovers.
We have enough for one more meal on most of it.
Nope.
Now the
Yep.
green beans are gone.
I had to
Well,
make
actually, there's no more dressing, no more of the green beans,
that's gone. That's
and no
gone.
more of the yams.
But
Yeah, so
we don't do green bean casserole or yam. No one eats it.
Just
No,
I
we
made-
don't do a green bean casserole. It's just green beans.
I did canned green beans, and I did where I steam fresh green beans in the produce, and then I drizzle with butter and granulated garlic. I have garlic beans.
Well, the way I do my green beans, they come out of the
yeah,
can.
I can understand that, Renegade.
The only thing I got left on my table is we got some turkey from the downstairs neighbor because my son wanted dark meat, so I brought some of that up, and I've got a package of potato dinner rolls left, and a little bit left in the vegetable tray, but everything else is kaput.
Yeah.
And I made a lot of food.
Now, the way I want up doing my green beans is just the ones, the regular green beans you get out of the can, get them drained, put them in the pan, add some butter to it, some brown sugar, some bacon bits, and a little bit of seasoning salt. And that's it. I mean, it's just the like that Morton's the multi-seasoning, got the different ones in it. Just put some of that in there and heat it up.
Yeah, generic Mrs. Dash.
You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
like a
was
Mrs. Dash.
good.
Yeah.
It was a good Thanksgiving.
Renegade, I don't know if you ever had one on Crystal's channel.
What?
Blue
No.
Ranch.
I don't think I ever made him one.
See?
The only one I knew of was Tank, me, and Lorna. And
Yeah.
you.
Well, some of my crochet girls, Ashley, Kelly, I bring it, and Crystal hook that yarn.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I got so many wrenches on so many channels I haven't been to in a while because I don't got time with this job. I go back down there and I'm just like,
That's okay.
oh, I'm
It's
blue
okay,
here too.
Renegade.
Yep.
You should be blue now.
Well, he still came up great.
But yeah, Renegade, you're on her channel. I'm just
Okay. Now try typing. Renegade.
Yeah. Mater's usually on the other corner.
Yeah.
so you Billy, you said you got those at the pawn shop?
Yeah, apparently this
Yeah,
person
you were
came
wanting
in.
to go to the pawn shop today anyway.
person, I was wanting to go by there just to see what they had. I wasn't wanting to buy anything, but yeah, I mean,
Right.
these things are just,
Yeah, those are worth it.
I mean, what you got and everything. Now, was that the only O you found, or were they all?
I think this one, I think I got one more. Oh, I think I got a 85 or an 86. 86.
No blocking unless you're an obvious troll.
Oh, the
Yeah.
96, 86, 85. They had an O, but I think I put it back.
Yeah.
Right, now,
Yeah, they had an
explain-
85 O, but that's common.
Okay, now explain to us why the 87 O is a key date,
The 97.
or 97, excuse me.
Mintage. It's all it's the mintage. They didn't make that many in 97, especially in New Orleans, because you got to remember, in the late 90s, 97, 98, New Orleans mint was starting to go out. So they went less and less on their coins than back in the 70s, 1870s, 1860s, 1880s. when it came to the late 90s, New Orleans Mint was going away. So they were getting rid of the rest of the planchets and stuff that they had to strike and just send them out. And they were going to be done. And I believe there was only a little over 1 million, could be 2, but I think it was a little like 1 point something million on the 97.0. That's why in a 60 it's 900, a 62 it's 1350, but in a 63 it's 3200. Normally you don't get into that kind of money on a Morgan until you're at a MS 66 or higher.
Right. So why was it then, for the long run, they had the New Orleans Mint going? Why did they decide to shut it down? Because
you got to remember all the ports. It all comes down to the ports. You had the San Francisco port, you had the Los Angeles port, you had the New York port, you had Miami port, you had all the different ports. And so we know that the San Francisco Mint is over there on the port. So what they did is they went from New Orleans and they went hot and heavy with San Francisco because they found that it was easier on the ports instead of going under Florida and coming back up to Louisiana. Because you got to remember, back in 1880s, 1870s, the railway went all the way across from New York to California. Because the last stretch was Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Nebraska, and that area, in Nevada. Once they got that line, and Carnegie could take his trains from New York to San Francisco, they put it all on the rail cars. That's where the Old West, that's where you hear all the movies about Wells Fargo strong boxes and the train robbers. That's where the train robbers showed up, because they were out there in the West, because it was easier to rob out in the country, out in the West,
open,
where it's all open. There's no towns around. Nearest sheriff is going to be a 4-day ride from the nearest town to try to, and they got a 4-day head start, so it was real easy. So that's why that's why you had so many train robberies. But then they got wise and started putting sheriffs and marshals on the trains, train robbers, and they were loaded with 30-30 Winchesters, and probably had a Colt, a 38 Colt or a Colt 45 on their hip, or a 357.
Well, if they was back in the 1880s, it wouldn't have been 30-30, because that caliber was it didn't come around. Right, because the 30-30 round, it did not come around till like 1892.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, the late 90s. They would have had 30-30s because they were the newest model. They were the newest guns. The government's going to spend the newest money on the newest, like we do these days, the newest ARs for our cops and different things. Well, that would have been an AR to them. 30-30 lever action would have been, of course, we know it as a saddle gun, but it would have been really something nice to have to go along with their sidearm on their hip. And marshals would have been sitting there next to the safe with the strong boxes, guarding the stuff on the way.
Even prior to something like that, they probably still would have been having the Winchester lever guns, but probably running like a 45 Colt. Probably having calibered in a 45 Colt, long Colt.
Right.
Something
so
like
I mean, yeah, it's just and so that's why they got rid of the New Orleans Mint, because they just decided to go more to San Francisco, and because now that Carnegie can go from New York, DC and all the way across, we can go to the Denver started a mint. Well, now we have the Denver Mint.
So basically the Denver Mint replaced New Orleans.
In a way, you could say the Denver Mint replaced. It went to San Francisco for a few years. The Denver Mint was up, but Denver Mint got hot and heavy after the Depression. Franklin Delano Roosevelt had to do something to get the economy back, and so he really started. That's when you see in the 40s, you see a lot of D mint marks coming out.
Right.
In the 40s, 50s, 60s, you see a lot of D's. I mean, they made a bunch of D's.
Then why was Carson City got rid of in place of Denver?
Because it was such a small mint. It was a not a one room, but a brick building that could have been necessarily a one room, but it had like framed up for certain offices and stuff. But the mint was this one great big one room. And so Carson City was mainly there for like what San Francisco is now. It was more for collectors, sets and things of that nature. It wasn't. It was to get the economy going in the West during the gold rush boom when people went to Nevada, Arizona,
those will work.
California. That's when they went to Nevada, Arizona, California for the gold rush boom. They needed it, and so Carson City with the dollars and everything like that, even way back when, because you got to remember the gold rush boom was back in the 1840s before the Civil War. It got hot and heavy during the Civil War and after the Civil War, but Carson City was already going, but they didn't have to work as hard because there wasn't as many people out there. But when the gold rush showed up, they almost worked too hard on the machines because you got to remember they hand pressed them all. It wasn't machined in; it was a hand press through the machine, and so that's why you have. But yeah, pretty much New Orleans meant Denver is argumentatively. It depends on really who you talk to. Some will say no, San Francisco took it over. Some will say no, it was just falling away. Others will say no, Denver actually took it over. Depends on what time period, what decade you're talking about.
Right.
They're all correct, but it's something that could be debated.
Right. So as of right now, we basically have just Philly and Denver as our two main mints for circulated coins.
For circulating coins for business, yeah. Because the only other thing you've got is your West Point for they do specialty stuff, and then your San Francisco does your proof stuff. Your West Point does more of your burnished and more of your reverse proofs and things of that nature for sets.
I was told that like the presidential dollars are all done at West Point since they're being gold.
The gold plated and everything.
Yeah.
I think that was true for a time. I don't think it kept it going. It might have, because that way it took away from Philadelphia and Denver. That way they didn't have to worry about it. So West Point could have did all the presidential dollars, which would have made sense. Now, if they're keeping going with the innovation dollars and the Native American and everything dollars, it would make sense if they still did them. At least it would take work off of Denver and Philadelphia, so they could do normal coinage for everyday transactions. Right, because I know 20 and 21 they did 10 different quarters that were only there, and of course PCGS they were going right. So they were basically I remember them going putting a $2,000 bounty on the first W quarter that was submitted for grading. Yes, Randy, I know you're still there. I actually have a W quarter. I have a W quarter coming in at NGC World War II 2020. 2020? It's 2020. I forgot which one it was. And I got it for $12, and it's an MS-64 because it was in an auction. I got 10 slab coins coming in. They're all silver except one's a 1996 W dime, and then one's a
W dime.
Yeah, in the 1996 mint sets, West Point did a W dime back then.
Wow.
And yeah, so this W dime is actually, it's an MS-66. It's worth about $30, $35.
Now, now, if you found, say, I know like in Florida, say over in the UK, they have NIFCs. So would, say going through say I go to the store and I hand me some change and everything back, and one of them happens to be that dime. Would that put a higher value on it being put in circulation like it does over there?
It would put a hurtful. It would still be worth more, but we got to remember it's all about condition when it comes to coins. So if it's circulated, scratched up, it's only gonna be worth a few bucks versus something slabbed by MS. Something it's gonna be more like a $30 dime. No, if you find it, America, we hurt our coins by circulating them.
Because I know over there in England, if you find a NIFC that's in circulation, and people are finding them. I know that one channel I watch, he's found like 8 of them in the last 12 months, and he's saying that some of these are worth like, I think the last one he found was like worth about 30 pounds because it's not meant for circulation.
Yeah.
Renegade, I like those apps. I have a lot of those. I don't know about the iPhone, but I have the Android, and oh, here we go again. I'll check that in a minute. I got the PCGS, the NGC app. I've got a lot of different apps that you scan, and most coin people use them. It's just it's a good tool to have. It really is.
Now, too bad they don't have it for their Android.
Yeah, he's got Android. Money
I
has
know, but
Android.
I know, but what I'm saying is, Renegade saying about an iPhone.
Yeah, and Money said that he has it on Android.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Money can send you the net apps and stuff later.
Right.
Your phone's in the bedroom.
Right. Of course, like for me, before, I met Crystal and everything, yeah, I was constantly looking at coins and dollar bills, stuff like that. And for Crystal, it was like, it's just money.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's a quarter, okay? To her, it was 25 cents. But without
I was
knowing,
too late to it.
Yeah, exactly, Juan. Autocorrect sucks.
Yeah. But with her,
Oh.
Someone just binned them. I was getting ready to type BIN and someone put in right for it.
yeah. But for her, say, if she'd gotten, say, about 4 or 5 of those, either 20 or 21 West Point quarters, to her, they would have been just a quarter. But to me, it would have been, it's a West Point mint. I would have been snagging them. But to her and most everybody else have been, it's just a quarter.
Yeah, just Renegade. Do not clean them. No cloth or
No.
anything, because that actually leaves micro scratches on there, and the grading places will find them. They get wet, put them on a towel, fold another towel on top, and just pat them dry. And that's it. Do not. Even the microfiles, Money said that they will find.
Damn. Now, Money might like this.
I have a few coins
Are
that I
you
would
on
like.
Inside again?
Yes, I'm on that website again.
What they are and if they are worth anything. Yeah, send me pictures, Renegade, or through an email. I'll put my email in chat. Just send pictures, attach the images, and post it, and I'll reply back to you.
Yeah.
All right, Money. I found something.
Acid. Ketchup is acid. No.
Yeah. All right, you listening, Money? Because I can't see it because I'm on a different screen right now.
Oh, I shook my head.
Oh. 1963 PCGS MS 65.
It must be a Franklin $50.
Yep.
I don't blame you, Lorna.
Okay. Now,
I was looking at Amazon earlier.
right, it is slabbed. Now there are 3 65 to 70 Washington quarters, a 65 Roosevelt dime, and a 64 nickel.
Are the other coins slabbed?
No. The only slabbed one is the Benji.
Just so you know, all the other coins you said, they would go into my coin jar.
Okay.
They ain't worth nothing but face value.
Right now, there's a couple of the 1 cent omnibus stamps. But I'm not into stamps. So now, just from what I've told you. Let's see, 75, 80. So basically 90 cents in everyday coinage. plus
Oh,
a couple
she's
of,
she's so sweet.
so value on the Benji being an MS65. So I know that's where the majority of the money is going to be at right there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to interrupt you. I literally just got this. She posted another one, but this is a $50 bill in 66 grade.
And I'm about to spit out my soda I just drank.
Okay, go ahead. I'm done. Okay.
So, like I said, value on that, the 63 Benji MS65.
Can tell you what I would pay for it, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna pay for it, but I'm gonna tell you what's in the gray sheet too, just to see how close I am. I'm gonna get to the Benji.
Right. Well, I just want to see how.
Okay, there's the Franklins. All right. MS65.
Yep.
Is it an FBL? Does it have
doesn't say.
Okay, so it's not full band lines. Full bell lines.
It says Series 46, coin 34, and then it's got some numbers at the bottom. I have no idea.
Nope, that's just okay. So it's just MS65. 35 to 40. Now, 63. 63. That's what I would. 63 Franklin. Not proof. Remedy. 63. Okay, a 63 Philly at an MS65.
Yep.
Gray sheet only has it for 24. I said 35. Because I know they've gone up a little bit. I honestly, between 30 and 35, 35 would be like the highest I would pay for it. I try to get it around 30.
Oh, right now the current bid's $15.
It'll go up, but I wouldn't
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't go anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's got some time left on it, but I'm going, I saw that, MS, PCGS and everything.
I got to keep an eye on this woman. Sorry, this woman is, this is my lady that I get all my graded currency from, and I've got to keep an eye on her. What is this one? Is this a bar note? Ooh, that's a bar note.
1924 peace dollar.
I'll skip the bar note for now. 1924 peace dollar. Is
Yeah.
it graded or raw?
Raw. No,
30.
it's actually in one of those containers from Littleton Coin Company.
$30.
Well, right now, let's see. I've got that one with a Mercury dime, 3 Morgans, got a 96 Canadian $2 coin and 1990 Canadian $1 coin.
Yep, $30.
Right now, current bid's 55. Yeah, I know.
No, not you. Give me 1 second, guys.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now, here's something I don't see where the money's at on it. Bunch of Washington quarters.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying there's 94 of them in silver, and then there's one of them in the bicentennial. So we're talking 94 silver quarters.
Renegade
current bid-
coin app.
Yeah.
Yeah, 94 silver quarters.
Yeah.
What's a good coin app? Well, if you're going, you'll need PCGS to scan the PCGS
Barcode.
barcodes. You need the NGC to scan the NGC one. Another one is Cajun's all about CoinBook USA. Nothing wrong with that one. There is Gray Sheet. That's another good one. That's be like dealer prices, what dealers would pay for them. There is. They really don't have any bullion ones, so you're pretty much stuck with those because you got to remember, you know, they're only going to give you prices on something that's been graded by a third party. But when you get into like ICQ or ICG, they're not going to have a barcode. NX is not going to. The only two that will is going to be PCGS and NGC. So, yeah, you're going to have to. You're going to have Redbook. Redbook is a good app for loose coins, but that a high retail. Probably CoinBook USA then that Cajun uses. That would be about the best I could tell you.
And right now, yeah, I'm looking on my favorite site. And I'm not buying anything.
CoinSnap is one. Is what he's asking about.
CoinSnap. I've never dealt with that one.
So it's 50-50. Good or bad, you don't know. You just
Honestly, it's one of those that would you download it, try it. If you like it, keep it. If not, I don't know every coin app that's out there because I'm not going to have 40,000 coin apps on my phone. I deal with a few of the main ones that I have to deal with when people bring me coins of graded coins and stuff like that. Other than that, I have books that I go to for price guides and things of that nature. And just being around them enough and knowing what the market is, the dealers have a feel for it. So.
besides that, honey, you need coffee.
Yeah, I know. Well,
How many cups have you had today?
still working on the first one, really.
And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I know.
4:00.
Yeah, I know.
Where's the other one I just been?
But Ray, I think money just deals with currency, not with baseball cards.
I do baseball cards as long as we're talking.
Serious money.
We're talking, you know. I do a couple in the 70s, but they've got to be some Hank Aaron's or something like that. Nolan Ryan rookies. Mainly deal with the the 50s, 60s, and 70s. When it got into the 80s and 90s, they just made so many different ones. It's just now that they're in a whole new league of these chromes and autos and one of ones, and it just became. I'm just like, I'm not even falling into that new category. So literally, I sold all my baseball card collection to a guy at the shop. I did not get nearly what I put into them, and I knew that, but I was just getting out of the hobby. And I saved that money and went into gold and silver. You know, I had just in one box alone.
Hey, Lorna's back. She's not broke, but she's back.
I had 512 Frank Thomas cards, autos, bat cards, glove cards, jersey cards, just regular cards, rookie cards, but they were all different. They're just one player, let alone. Then I had for the 80s, Ray of Sunshine. And the only one I'd probably deal with in the 80s would be like a Pete Rose, and it would be just certain ones, depending
And
on
it
the
would
condition.
have to be before he got caught for the cheating scandal.
So, yeah, if
Yeah.
we're talking late 80s, no, but we're talking early 80s, then yeah. So,
Here he is.
Yeah, no, someone gets a little too warm. So.
Yeah. It.
oh, look at another thing I just bought.
That one that you just showed us.
No, this is a Star Wars currency.
Mm.
There's Darth Vader, Stormtrooper, Yoda, Baby Yoda, or Grogu, Death Star.
I actually have a pattern that can be adapted. It when it was originally made, it was called
Boba Fett.
The Child. She got sued by Disney over that. Within 3 days, she had to pull the pattern. So she readapted it and called the Bear Child. And there's a way to adapt it to make it look like Grogu.
Okay, lady, stop posting stuff because I want to buy everything. Oh, are you
And
serious?
it stands about this tall. Money.
Oh, wow. Now she just posted all the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs of currency. I'm just going to pretend I don't see it, get off my phone, and be like Lorna before I spend any more money I ain't got.
Yeah, I'm on a yarn ban, but I was kind of on Amazon because there's one that I look at.
Yeah, I like getting the Disney stuff and different uh, bills and stuff like that because we take them to gun shows and stuff. You get the wives that come in and they're not expecting that at a gun show. The husband is just like, "Oh, I want those."
Yeah,
So I buy it for that. I don't
You're
buy
like
it for
me.
the actual. I don't buy it for the actual coin collector. I buy it for, you know. I try
Like
to
me.
think of everybody. Yeah, I try to think of everybody when I'm buying.
Yeah. But no, on Amazon, there's this one that I go to. I can get 3 balls of yarn, and they're just regular Red Heart yarn, 3 balls. Right now, it's $13.50. So I'm paying for about $4.50 a ball, which is a little right around what I pay in store. But there's more choices because there's like 26 colors. And I don't have all the colors at my store that they have online. And it's like, nope, nope. I have another month. I cannot buy yarn. But I kind of half broke it because the rules are no buying personal yarn. But you can buy yarn for projects that you already have, or like a commission project, like this one. If I had no more blue, I would have to go to Hobby Lobby and buy it. You know,
Somebody else.
I've been looking for 3 months. I finally got it. I broke it because I bought yarn, but I didn't break it because it's for a specific project, and I've been hunting that yarn. They have not put this colorway out in a few months. So,
That was me, Bella.
at least I haven't put it out here. I'm not doing too bad. About 35 minutes to get one row.
Yeah, my Kiki's having fun with her working at Big Five Sporting Goods. I was nice and dropped off her lunch, dropped her some lunch earlier at Taco Bell. Walked in and went, "Here, I love you, bye." Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, it was like, nope.
I'll be honest. I have Yeah. Um. Yeah, I actually was at I had to go to a grocery store on Black Friday, and this is several years ago. I could barely get out of my neighborhood onto the main street, and I was going the exact opposite way of Walmart at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
You
I
know,
couldn't, no,
Black
no.
Friday is it's good to get the deals, things of that nature. If you want to fight with the crowd and that, yeah, that's fine. If you got the time and you want to do it, then there's deals to be had. If you're that kind of person, but at the same time, our grocery stores here. I've driven by our grocery stores today while I was working this morning. It was like crickets. You could have walked in and walked out without any line anywhere because they were all too busy at Target, Walmart, and at Bass Pro and everywhere else.
No, I couldn't go away. The line to Walmart was the opposite way of where I
But
needed to go. I couldn't get to where I needed to go because of the idiots at Walmart.
a 1944 Mercury dime is just a $2 silver dime. You got about $2 in silver there, Renegade. That's all it is. It's a common date. A Mercury dime is just an old silver dime. Usually, when I have a dump bin of silver, I've got handfuls of those Merc dimes or Barber dimes or silver rosy dimes before '64. So, just kind of like your quarters, your halves. You'll have. I mean, the Morgans that I found today were in almost like a dump bin kind of thing, and I'm pulling these out, going, "Y'all put this in a dump bin, okay? Okay."
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, sure, fine, bye.
He looked at that. You said, "You got some good dates." I went, "Yeah, a 1934 quarter is just it's just a silver quarter. Your key date is your 32D. A 34 quarter, a semi key date would be a 34S, depending on condition. Otherwise, it's just quarters. You got about a $5 quarter. But your rule of thumb, Renegade, is every silver dime you have is about $2. Every silver quarter you have is about $5, and every silver half dollar, 64 or older, is $10. Melt right now, I think is closer to about $8 on the half dollars. But you're not going to find them for any less than 10. Your 40%, your 65 to 70s, they're worth about $5.
Now you get to see him set up his coffee.
$4 and change, $5. You usually see those for about $6 a piece right now.
Yeah, we went through some coinage that I had, and actual stamp value was like what, $2, something like that. And he said I had like $7 worth of actual coinage just because of it.
Yeah.
What's okay?
Ray of Sunshine. How many $2 bills you want? I'll go to the bank and I buy them brand new in straps at $200. $200 a strap. Please start buying $2 bills, everybody, and using them. Oh my gosh, these banks, your banks in every town, they won't tell you, but they have safes back there full of nothing but $2 bills that they can't get rid of.
And the Sacagawea coins.
Now, if your bank tells you that they don't have any, that means the manager finally kept them in the safe long enough to where they just sent them back to the mint.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, Ray.
Any bill denomination a bank has to have on hand.
Oh yeah, any of them.
Now, like you said, the $2 they don't use them a lot, so all they do is they send them back, and then when they send them back the next week, their next delivery, they'll get more in.
Yep. They just circulate them around.
Yep.
1968 Australian 10 cents. I'm not big into foreign. I'm going to be honest, Renegade. But I do know some of the foreign coins are silver, some aren't. But I don't get into the each country of when each year was. I want to almost say that that one was partially silver, but I don't quote me on that. Google would be your best friend on that one.
Yeah.
Just what you put in 1960 Australia 10 cent. What is the silver content and it'll pop right up. Copper, nickel, or zinc, or 40% or 50%. It'll tell you.
Yeah, I'll be honest with the $2 bills and the dollar coins and stuff. I have no problem going down to the bank and saying, "Yeah, I want, it's $25 for a roll of dollar coins." My
Yeah,
boss was going to the bank to get change one day. I was like, "Hey, if I give you so much money, can you get that? Can you buy it for me?" He's like, "Well," I said, completely outside of, what we normally have and keep in stock. I said, just can you do that for me? And I held it back and I gave it to my kids for Christmas.
yeah. I mean, I literally just found this today, which is a bicentennial Ike dollar, and then I just found this is actually a proof, a '98 Kennedy half dollar. It's a proof, but I literally just found it laying around the house, and to me, this money right here is go to Circle K and get a fountain drink money. That's all it's for.
Yeah.
Yep.
Either that or give it to my nephew or my grandkid and let them have bigger coins or something. So, but yeah, there's the Ike bicentennial non-silver. And
Oh,
then you
did
can
you
see
get
how that one's
the
perfect.
granddaughter to be?
Yeah, got the granddaughter on the way. She hasn't been by yet to grab the blanket, so it's still
Okay.
right there,
Okay.
waiting for her to stop by because I got mail for her too. But
Okay.
yeah,
Well, how are they doing?
good. They finally got into their own place and kickstarting their family and their life and back to normalcy. So
What's normal?
I don't know. They're trying to figure it out though. I said if you do, let me know.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, these are just over here just around the house. I just got. I mean, let me change my camera around. I got.
Trying to keep this off the floor. So it starts in my basket.
All right, so here,
Goes
that
in my basket.
that art there that you see the currency on the wall. The top one is just a $1 silver certificate. The middle one is a $2 green seal from '76, and the red seal is just a 1963 $2 bill. Now, honestly, all those in this condition, the $2 bills are worth about the red seal is worth about $5. The green seal is worth about $3, and the $1 bill is worth about $10. Or I mean $2, so it's like $10 total. Honestly, the frame is worth more than the damn currency in it.
Oh.
It's just something that I bought because someone had it for
They
$15,
got
and I
pumpkins
said
right there.
the frames is worth more. And then over there, that's one of the quarter maps. Then in the far corner on the bottom, that's another silver certificate. Then there's a Morgan, a Peace dollar, an Ike, and a Susan B. Anthony in that. And then the one next to it has got an Ike dollar, a quarter or half dollar, a quarter, a dime, a nickel, and a penny. But it's the first year issue that they put presidents on each coin. And then over there, I don't know if you can see it through the thing, but that you only see partial of it. But that's 16 $1 bills that are uncut in a professional frame. So I just got money all over the house, and then that right there is the.
That's why you're called Money Maniacs.
And then there's another quarter map on the wall, and then of course the graded Harry Potter behind me, and then of course I got 3 that I'm going to sell tomorrow. These here are These are 1941 Lincoln pennies. They're all full, 1941 to the 70s. But yeah, they're all full. I'm gonna sell them. I'm gonna sell them for Black Friday sale, $20 a piece, or 25 a piece, 20 a piece if somebody buys all 3 of them, and I'll pay for shipping. Black Friday sale, but yeah, they're all full. I got another one sitting over there. I'll get the arm right there where my phone is. And then I got a whole roll of nickels that are 2016 proof. Just laying around the house. I don't even know where I got half this stuff from. I just got it. I didn't go out and buy none of this stuff. It accumulates. I think when you're a dealer, you know, and you're at conventions, people just bring this stuff to you like, hey, will you buy this? And I'm like, yeah, but I tell you what, I'm not going to buy it for
It's
much.
like rabbits. It multiplies.
Oh, man, I mean, you know, like these here, I'll pull one out because I've touched the top one before. It ain't going to hurt nothing. But on the side, but just to show you how proofy it is.
Ooh, pretty.
And I got a whole stinking roll of them.
See, now I'd send you $15.
Honestly, I would sell these for. Some people try to sell these for $1 a nickel, and it's fair. But honestly, yeah, I would take 15 with 5 shipping for the whole stinking roll because it's a $2 roll. You know, this.
Oh, that's so tempting too.
Yeah. Ray of Sunshine, you can get quarter maps. I actually found that one over there that has the states that looks like America. I got that one at a flea market for $1. The one behind me I actually got at a pawn shop. I paid more for that one. I paid $5 for that one. But the quarters I have in it are BU. I should have graded these quarters. They literally came out of brand new tubes of one of each state. But my wholesaler gave them to me at face value. I paid $12.50 for those quarters. I should have paid almost $1 a piece for those quarters. So, and then I got a wooden box for people that have graded stuff. It's just a nice put one of your graded pieces in there. And,
Pretty. Yep, just to make it look nice and pretty.
Yep.
yeah,
Now,
it's mainly just to display it on your desk or something. So
Yeah, the quarter
And
map
money,
may be able to go to
we still got pennies to do.
the
yeah, still got these 2 rolls of pennies to still go through and find out if there's any key date, because these are from 82.
Yeah, so that's a lot to look at. You got the large date, small date, copper, zinc. It's just a lot to do. With
Right.
82.
And I mean, these have been rolled up since 82 that you can tell. I mean, well, there's no telling what's in there.
And then, like I said, I just spent on Black Friday. I spent $200 on these 5 Morgans, but this one at the bottom is the one I was talking to Mater about earlier. That in an MS60, if I get it graded, in an MS60, it's a $900 coin.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I spend $19 to get it graded?
that's a heck of a profit.
Yeah, he's going to make some. I mean, just on that one coin. Now, if it goes higher than the 60,
Yeah.
I mean, if it comes back, say 63, he's got some money there.
Now how do you store it so it does oxidize out?
Doesn't oxidize.
So it doesn't or turn color. It's hard because even in airtights they'll oxidize. Unfortunately, even in graded stuff, after you get a coin graded like Morgan, Benji's, Kennedy's, if they're silver, after a few years, they just will start toning. It's just the nature of the metal for doing it. It's the metal. It's the nature of the metal. Unfortunately, that's the way it is.
Right.
Nickels now don't tone as much because you have to remember there is 95% copper in a nickel. This is why I don't understand why people don't. You see everybody hoarding copper pennies. Why are you guys not hoarding your nickels? There's 95% copper in a nickel. The only nickel it is a spray coat outing. The whole nickel is copper. So I would rather be hoarding a bunch of nickels versus a bunch of stupid pennies if I was going to be a copper guy.
Especially right now, considering the fact there's not that much copper actually in a penny.
Exactly.
There's more.
No, 82 and over, there's no copper. Now, 82 was the cutoff year where half was and half wasn't. 81 and before, they were all 90, 95 or 90% copper.
That's why we got to go through these 2 rolls.
And then you find out which one's copper, which one's not copper is the first thing. Then you find out which one's large date, which one's small date. and because what
Right.
you're looking for is the large dates, I believe. I think on the copper. I think it's
We made
no,
a
it's the small
boo-boo.
dates. The small
What?
dates.
Baby girl has to inspect the tripod.
Oh boy.
She literally got up there, and y'all guys just heard me talking to her, and now she walked over, and instead of being right here, she's doing this.
Oh, she's looking down at the tripod.
Yeah, she's inspecting it.
Now,
But
hopefully she don't really start pawing at it because that's not a cheap camera.
but yeah. So
Oh, no,
that's
she's trying to figure everything else out because what I had stacked where the camera is, she's trying to figure out if she can walk on it and get up in her little hidey hole.
I'll be right in.
No, she's fine. She's just investigating stuff.
Another one I want to get graded too is this is the uncut version of what I showed you a minute ago. Remember I showed you that $50 bill?
Yeah,
That was
baby
graded?
girl is my adult cat.
That $50 bill that I just showed you that was graded is that $50 bill right there. But here is the
Oh, hey. Baby
this
girl.
is an ungraded sheet
And there
of
she
two
goes.
20s, a 50, and a 100.
She's
And I
fine.
want to get this graded.
Well, go over there and see if she'll let you. Meow. Nope. Okay, and he scares the cat off. No, yeah,
She's kind of
he
skittish.
scared her.
Yeah,
He
she-
scared her.
Yeah, she's skittish at times.
But no, she's just
All right, I just wanted to make sure that she wasn't.
well. About
Yeah.
the time he came in,
Yeah, Ray, I want to get this. I want to get this graded. I believe it's definitely going to come back at 64 or better. But yeah, it's got the $100 bill, the $50 bill, and the 220s. And this is how they were made. This is the only currency that is a reprint, but original. If you want to hear the story, I'll tell you. It's not lengthy, but just let me know if you want to hear the story about it or not. It has to do with the Confederacy and Virginia. You just let me know if you want. Before I go into
Found
detail
another
on
one.
it.
Found some more of them.
no, it's the same one, I think.
Oh.
Yep. No, baby girl is really, really skittish. I am
Yeah,
her second
unfortunately.
owner, and she is not used to a lot of people around. And every time I change something in here, she has to investigate it because to her, we're messing with her territory.
Yep.
But it's also she's looking for hidey holes. Away from the baby.
So Ray, what it was is 1860. Okay, so in 1863 they were get with Lorna on that one.
Yeah.
I think that's just a regular pantyhose. In 1863 they made these plates to print out this currency for Richmond, Virginia.
Well,
But-
Lorna, get up here.
But Richmond, Virginia, you got to remember, Virginia became a Confederate state at the end. They were trying to stay neutral through the whole thing. They were basically Union. They were trying to stay neutral, but they became Confederate at the end. So when the plates got approved to start the printing press, Virginia became a Confederate state. So the person that made the plates and the designer said, I'm not, because they were Union, I'm not printing Confederate money. I refuse to print Confederate money. So these plates were lost for a while. They were refound about 100 years later in the 1960s, early 70s. So a private company bought these plates because they went up for auction for sale, and the company started printing the money. So when they started printing the money, they have to call it a reprint, but it's the only currency we've got from 1864 from these bills from Richmond, Virginia. So they will grade them, but they will put them as a reprint because technically that's what they are, because it's the wrong paper, but it's the right plates. And
Yeah,
since it's
and
the
also
right plates, it's a lot of
They
history
were
there.
printed during
So-
that year.
So they they printed a lot between the late 60s and early 70s. So they're not worth a whole bunch, but in a high grade, they will, like the one I just bought. The uncut, if it comes back, the thing I just showed you, if it comes back a 64 and a big holder, I'm looking at about $100, maybe 125. It comes back at 65, 66. Now we're talking $200 or $300, depending, where the grade is. So it just really depends. And something like this, you really have to find a Civil War collector. You got to find an old currency collector, things of that nature. But I tend to get a little bit of everything. So when someone comes to the table, you don't know who collects what when they show up at your booth. So you tend to have just a broad spectrum of everything. And that's what
Yeah,
that
for
is.
me, if my dad was still around, I would get that for him.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's something he would love.
Yeah.
And had I known about that last October, I would have got it for him.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not as desirable ungraded. It's really not. I got it because there's no. I got it because me sending it off to get graded, I know what it can be. And with the grading fee and me sending it off to you, I could still double my money with a certain grading fee. Now, it's a gamble.
Yeah.
It's a gamble. I mean, it comes back at 63, 62. I broke even. No big deal.
Hi, baby.
I'm out a little bit of time. I'm waiting up to grade it. And I didn't lose money. I broke even with it.
Come here.
Someone's going to get an awesome deal.
Come here.
Not a big deal.
Nope. And you just saw the little black shadow running through.
Yep, I saw her.
Yeah.
All right. Juan, you wanted me to appraise this. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes before I am there.
Well, I know Renegade, he
Dinner
found
good.
something.
Yeah, 2008 Thailand 25 Satang.
Again, when it comes to foreign, I don't know too much.
Stay safe.
I don't know too much about the foreign stuff. That is literally one forte I don't get involved in. Miss Money likes foreign. She doesn't know a lot about it. She just likes collecting it. She knows a little about certain countries, but as far as what they're worth, I'm not that guy. When it comes
we were going through my money the other day, and I have a ring. I also have 2 20 pence. No yawning, that's contagious.
Yes, yep. There he is. But I got up at 4 o'clock this morning to start my day.
Oh, you're running late.
Felt like I was. But I was done with work by 9:30 this morning because I was done with my rides. So I only worked 5.5 hours today, which is fine with me.
Yeah,
this last week that I just turned in, I just did my paperwork. I did 45.5 hours, which that's a slow week. Normally we do like 65 hours. I'm like, I had to recalculate. I'm like, 45.5 hours? Or 44.5 hours. I'm like, that's it? I mean, for some people, they'd be complaining like that's a full week and then a little bit. For me, I'm like,
you just have a bunch of oddball coins that he doesn't know a lot about.
A bunch of crap. It sounds to me like you got a cigar box from somebody just full of coins or just stuff you've been grabbing throughout the years and just throwing in. Yeah, you know what? I love coins like that, though, when people bring me cigar boxes because I love finding the gems. Like this one guy came to the coin. I call it the coin show, the gun show. Came to the show. Him and his wife sat down, and his wife said, "I know nothing about coins. I don't know what's in this box. Can you help me? You might know everything about it." And a lot of it, she had buffalo nickels, wheat pennies, some old British large pennies, things of that nature. Like, okay, you've got the buffalo nickels, the wheat pennies. Honestly, honey, give these to the grandkids, please. If I buy them, I'm literally going to 10 cents a buffalo, and I'm going to give you 3 cents a wheat penny if I buy it. And I'm being nice at that point because I'm going to be stuck with them. but just to get them off your hands. So please, if you got grandkids, something, pass them on. But then she had like 2 or 3 coins that were very toned. And I had to look at them for a minute because I'm like, wait, no, this is wrong. I had to look. She had 3 $2.50 gold coins in this box in the corner.
Wow.
And I told her,
I keep hearing Lorna this, Lorna that, Lorna this, and I'm like, I'm here.
and so I told her these $2.50. I told her, I said, do you know what these coins are? She's like, those are just some old foreign coins. We don't even care about those. I said, these are the ones that you should care about. The rest give the kids. And she's like, why? I said, these here are $2.50 Liberty gold coins. I said, there's dealers in here right now that without even trying would offer you $350 a piece. And she's like, you're telling me I've got over $1,000 worth of gold in these 3 coins. I'm like, honey, I'd offer you about $1,100. But I'm telling you this, I would sell all 3 of these. I would sell them for about $1,500 out of all 3 of them. I would make $400 off of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just letting you know where I'm at with it. She's like, no, I appreciate your honesty. She said, would you buy them from me? I said, I would. I said, if you want to sell them. And I said, if you ever want to sell them, yes, I will buy these quickly because all I have to do is all that would have to do is go to this. I go, hey, gold coins just showed up, and I wouldn't even. That's all I'd have to say. How much money you want? You're done. Especially old 1800 gold. Oh yeah. And I told her.
I know you had that one.
She decided to take them home. She decided to keep them because I persuaded her to. I said, this is some mad money you didn't know you had. Just in case something happens and you don't have the money for it, because she was living on Social Security. I said, there's your $1,000 nest egg without even trying. If somebody would offer you $1,000 in an emergency, you take it. I said, but if you tried to sell them, take about $11.50 for them. I said, but depending on what gold does, it can go up or down. And she's like, ah. So she appreciated my honesty. And then she gave me all the buffalo nickels and the wheat pennies and everything else that was in the cigar box. And I just put them out there and let kids just, when they came to the table, have them, gave them away. I was just like, you're fine. But it was just, but anyway, I love cigar box stuff like that, where you find a gem for somebody that's in a mix of just coins. And then you find these like little gems in there. You're like, why are these in here?
Yeah.
That's because people don't know what they have. So.
Yeah, I had a makeup case that had all that coinage in it. I've got 2 your British UP 20 pence in it, and they're the bimetallic. But
Yeah, Crystal wouldn't even let me look at them.
Nope.
I wanted to hold them just to look at, better get a closer look, and she wouldn't even let me do that.
Nope. When I have a ring, I have something from Thailand. I don't know where I got all this stuff at.
Crystal, can I put my email address in the chat, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Where's Bailey?
Don't go there.
Did you bust another ball?
No,
She's in her home.
she's got her head up.
Oh.
She's having one of those kind of days.
Well, she's 1 next 2 weeks' time.
Oh,
Yeah. So she's entitled what she thinks.
She thinks, yeah, she thinks she is.
She's being a Karen.
Crystal, I know you guys don't have the money right now, but these, if you want these later on, I'll just put them away and just feature down the road if you really want these at 20 shipped.
Yeah, I can hide them.
I'll just
I'll
put them down there for you if you really want them.
Well, I know you still have some stuff that we were paying off that I don't remember what all it was, that still owe a little bit of money on it.
Just whenever you do it, you'll have to send it to Miss Money's Cash App.
Well, what
I
does
don't
he
have
owe?
Cash App. No,
I know
I'm saying No, I'm saying for your nickels, honey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because there was stuff that we were getting from him, and this was several months ago. It's like, yeah, there was a bunch of stuff that he had that we wanted, but the only thing is we were paying on it, and all of a sudden, that's when I started having the health issues, and like, forgot all about giving him the rest of the money for it all, and of course, he's done forgot how much he still owed.
Yeah, that's why I just shipped it to you, and I went.
Oh, we've gotten it all already.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't remember that. All right.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got it all.
mine were in that.
It was all of her. It was all of her stuff mainly.
It was
Right.
it was my dragon.
But that's why I said I couldn't remember what you. I know it was something small, like 30 some bucks, $40, and I was just like, don't worry about it. I
Yeah.
said because me moving out there and everything and being neighbors don't even.
Yeah, so all that BS with the gambling, the playing games and stuff, like, they shut down your Cash App and PayPal.
They said I wasn't even playing the games, but because people were sending me such small amounts, like I was selling like slab nickels for $5 or $10, and I was selling so many, they thought I was doing it as a game, so they closed my Cash App. Because there's so many people out there that do the game via Cash App or PayPal,
Mhm.
Yeah,
and because people were sending me 5 or 10 at a time, even though it was the same person, they thought it was games. But what they were doing, instead of waiting until the end of the thing, instead of sending me one big total, they were sending me every time they bought something.
Yeah.
And so it hit me.
That-
So now
That's
what I
fine.
do is I just invoice everybody through Square, but when it comes to you guys, if you just send it through Miss Money
Yeah,
Cash.
the last time I was on when you were doing stuff like that, I was like, mine, and you wrote it down and like sent me the total.
Right. I only have PayPal just so I can pay people. I don't accept payments that way anymore.
Okay.
I only
well,
invoice through Square,
well, no,
where it
was
comes to your email, and then it's like checking out at Amazon or something. You can use whatever you want, whatever credit card or whatever you want.
Well, this before they shut you down.
This was way before then, but yeah, I got rid of everything like that. I only kept my PayPal for that one reason, to pay certain people if I buy something off of YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I know.
And I will use Miss Money's Cash App once in a blue moon if there's something we really need, and that person only has Cash App, but there are a few of those.
Yeah.
But I try not to.
Yeah. I mean, I know you were at the middle of a auction, and somebody went to pay you and said it doesn't work, and it took you 10 minutes, and I no longer have Cash App.
But that's okay, because it's just I'd rather have everything on one platform anyway. Tax purposes, paperwork for the business at home. It's just a lot easier to go to one website. All your invoices are there, because I like Square because it sends you an invoice. Once you pay, it automatically sends you a receipt. It sends me the invoice back saying it's paid, and then I get a receipt. So that way, it takes care of both sides, and then it automatically creates a tracking number for you for shipping. It's automatically done, and I'm just like, why doesn't everybody use this platform? Are you serious? It just takes care of so many middlemen. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I know one thing that I want to do, kind of like with what, how you were doing with coins and everything. One thing that I want to do is, once I get this other side all set up, is all that cedar wood and everything that Crystal wound up getting. What I wouldn't mind doing is start making cedar birdhouses out of it.
Right.
So, one, cedar is going to be, where you don't have to worry about painting or anything like that, and it's going to be able to stay together good. And like I said, with the woodworking tools I'm going to have over there, I'll be able to get them made easy.
Yeah, I got to figure out how I'm going to sell that 97.0 after I get it graded, because you can't just flip it on YouTube. There's no way you can flip a $2,000, $3,200 coin on YouTube.
no.
Facebook Marketplace, you might get a bite on it, but honestly, coins like that I've seen them they're really pretty to scroll and look at, but then you keep scrolling because your bank account don't have it. It might have to be something I take it to actual coin shows, not gun shows, but coin shows. And
Yeah.
what I might do is trade it around because I think that's what I want to do. Like the dealer wants to say, hey, meet me in the middle. It's an MS63. Gray sheet says 32 to 3300, 2500 trade. Anything I got in the case. I mean, you're talking an ounce and a quarter of gold at that point. And what I would have in that coin is, at the end of the day, is like $60. Yeah. So yeah. Or I could just go with a bunch of silver bullion or a bunch of constitutional silver or whatever, or I could just get a whole bunch of different common date slab Morgans that he has selling for like 75 a piece or something like that, to whatever. It's basically just whatever you need, what inventory you need at the time that you're selling. So I might do that. I don't know. But I think
Have
trading
you ever run across that guy who does the metal bonsai tree?
I was not at the gun show. We got one coming up. We had one the last spring because of my back. We have one next month on Kiki's birthday on December 17th and 18th. I don't have enough. I don't have enough inventory to set up, so I won't make it till the spring show. So I'm hoping he comes back in the spring because I won't be seeing him until then. I'm thinking about going to the gun show.
Hi, Jane.
Because I know me being a dealer, it's
Hey, Jane.
it's a $6 weekend pass to get in per adult, but she would let me in for free since I'm a dealer.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just trying to walk around and see if I can find him. Might be a thing, or go early where people are waiting in line to get in before it opens, and maybe I might see him in line. I was thinking about that if I'm not busy, like if after like Saturday, I'm usually done by 10 a.m. I can still get down to the gun show and see about if I can spot him or something. I'm thinking about doing that because I really want to get into that business with him, because he said, he just needs somebody that, because he's very antisocial. He's like, I don't like talking to a lot of people. He said, it took me a lot just to come approach you and sell you my silver and talk to you what I'm talking to you about now. It took me a lot of courage. I'm just not that guy. He said, but I see you're really outgoing. You want to put these on your table.
It's okay, Jane. Don't worry about it.
You could,
I've got less than half an hour left anyway.
You could sell them all day long. And I said, oh yeah, copper bonsai trees. I said, I even showed him this one. I said, even if you make something that small, which this is a marble base with stone, and these are all amethyst. The wire is copper, and then this is some sort of metal. I don't know what they did.
Resin, probably.
Resin or something. But yeah, I said, even if you make something this size, that's nothing but solid copper. I mean, you're talking
It's $75.
70, to $100 easy all day. Yeah. If the thing is a solid copper piece, oh yeah. Especially because you're talking artwork now. You're not talking what metal is made out of.
No, and see, the reason I'm asking is my church has started up towards a craft fair. We actually have one the 17th. So if you can get a hold of him, then next year, get a hold of some of that if they start opening it up towards a craft fair while we're doing the horse shows, then I can see about him letting me have some on commission. We sell it, he gets X amount, we get whatever.
Yeah, I can talk to him about that, but he would probably say that's just, it'll go through you, Yeah. Like if I give it to you, then it just falls on my shoulders for him to get the money, because he doesn't know you, and and it would just be that kind of thing, being a business transaction. So I think that's where he'd be with it.
And I would just want one or two smaller ones like you've got right there. And literally whatever is charged, your commission, everything else goes towards my group.
Yeah, because he said he had the whole bunch of this already made. So I don't even know how many. And the thing is, the ones that he's already got made are like a yard tall. They're already like 3 feet tall. And he said, putting them on these tables may not be the best thing. He said, because some of them you know, copper, silver, gold, when you start condensing it down into bars, even a 10-ounce bar is really heavy. And he
Yeah.
said, but some of these are like, if I had to weigh them, 25, 30 pounds.
Yeah.
And he
That's
said
where
it would
you
be
would have
better.
a flat
it would
truck ball.
Yeah, you'd have to have I'd have to have like not crates, but crates with like wood on them, but with blankets or something over them, and having them on the floor in like a stair kind of form, you know, around the table or something like that for sale.
No, he would have a small corner table. He would have them stacked, like one here, but there'd be room between so you could actually see. And he would have it. You'd have to offset them.
That's what I meant. I'd have to
Well, no,
staircase them.
No,
I'm gonna go flat. I'm gonna put 2 on each shelf, so there'd only be 6. So there'd be 2 here, but they're spaced enough apart to where there's 2, and then back further there's 2, and then it's not gonna be like a normal staircase where they're right on top of each other. I'm talking like 3 feet by 3 feet distance.
Okay.
It would take like almost 12 square feet for 6 bonsai trees to sit in an area. So I would need a table by the wall. That way I have a corner to set these up. And then if they don't like the design of something, then I would tell them to take pictures of what he's got at home and give me like a book, because I can print them out and put a binder with in the plastic sheets, and people can go through the book and order. Like, I want one like this, or I want one like that, or I want this one.
Or hey, here's $500. Give me that.
Because I asked him, I said, not to get too personal with you, but how much copper do you have at home? He's like, I stopped weighing it after 500 pounds. I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, hey, boo.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We're good.
There he is.
I just got up from a nap earlier, about 5 minutes ago.
All right. Camera.
All right. Now, money. Hey, you were talking, about like what the guy does. Now, if Crystal will present me, I'm going to show you what I did, something I was doing years ago, as far as making, because it was something that I would see at the local mall and flea market, stuff like that. But I got into making something, and I figured, okay, fine, I'll make it. I can make it unique, stuff like that. Unfortunately, nobody was interested.
Wherever your sweetheart is.
Talking to the child.
Oh.
Present your sweetheart.
I'm not sure if I want to. I want to keep him to myself.
I just want to show what I wanted to. This is something I used to make.
Give me a second. Pain in the butt. Oops, wrong one.
No, not my sweetheart. Your sweetheart.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, this is something I used to make years ago, and this one here is very unique. But a glass cactus.
Cactuses, yeah.
I mean, this is something that was easy for me to make, because in fact, I used to work in a glass shop and everything. So it was very easy for me to get the glass. Now, the only reason
I would like to have one of those in the new house just to remind us of the desert out here.
Well, this one in particular is the only one I got. I think I made 3 of them, but this one in particular is the only one I kept. The other 2 were gifts and stuff like that, is because of this right here. And the only reason I kept this one is because my first wife, this is a Rose, and her last name was Rose. So this is the only one out of the ones I did make. But this is out of like a certain type of glass. It's called Solex. And that was all out of scrap.
It's like aquarium glass almost.
Yeah.
No, that's Solex. And the reason it's because it's got that green, really green, dark green tint to it.
Okay. Later. The show, be nice. Boo, I'll talk to you in a second because doing that and talking to my kid, nature calls.
All right.
I'm leaning off the top.
All right. But now, Boo, as far as like regular aquarium glass, that's just your regular, what we would call regular clear, and it's got a slight green tint to it, looking at it from the edge. Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, now we had different thicknesses. What we called SS, which is single strength, that was like your 16th, and then DS was double strength or 1/8 inch. Then we had 3/16 quarter, 3/8, half, 5/8, and 3/4. Now there, some places around, you would get 1 inch thick, but there wasn't really all that big of a call for it. Majority of glass that you're going to get is either 3/16 or 1/4 inch, and 1/4 inch was actually, I think, 6 millimeter, because everything was being made in Mexico, and it's all float glass. But yeah, I mean, it's stuff that, like I say, if I wanted to get back into this, I mean, that right there. Let me grab my tape measure, because that one with the base and the feet and everything is right about 13 inches tall.
Yeah.
Now, I did do some where I was cutting like 1 inch squares and just stacking them up and everything, and did the arms the same way for a different look.
You glued those on there?
Yeah, they're all glued together.
Okay. Silicone or?
No, it's a glue that's designed for glass. It's a UV glue, and I actually had to go up to a place up in Dallas at the time, actually, because I was working in Dallas area. So, but the place was actually up there, and I was getting it. It was just a bottle of UV glue.
Okay.
And I mean, now if I wanted to, I could have gone for a regular. I could have bought the UV light and everything. But the guy I learned everything from, he goes, just get you a black light. A black light puts out UV rays. It's not as strong. Or you can go outside. You can go outside and the UV rays going out from natural sunlight, that's going to make it, cure.
Yeah, activate it. Cure.
Right. But a regular black light, it's going to do the same thing. So that's what I would do. I would just take the glue. I mean, it's costing me, I think, $10 for a bottle, and a bottle lasts a long time because you don't need much of it. Put the two pieces together, make sure you got them right where you want them, and hit it with the light.
I had a buddy of mine. He used to build aquariums. When you walked out of his house, on his porch, on his deck, he had to the right. He had a lower deck built for the kids.
Right.
And anyway, that came out 6 foot, and it was, now the other deck came out 8 foot. This one came out 6 foot, and it was shorter. They kind of contrasted each other, kind of broke the monotony up in that line. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
So, but anyway, 6 foot, and it was, I think, 20 foot. 6 foot by 20 foot, and on top of that deck was stacked 2 foot with different aquarium glasses, pieces of glass. The front, the sides, everything was cut. Everything was already cut. And he wanted to give me all of that for $100. He got out the business.
Damn.
He wanted to give me all that for $100. He said, "Man, you got a mint right here, and I'll show you how to make them, what to use to hold them together. I mean, the works." I'm like, wow. About a week later, I went back. Everything was gone.
Yeah. He's probably using 3/16, which is your
different thicknesses too.
Right. I mean, but the most common, like for your 10-gallon, you're going to be using like 3/16 thick.
Yeah, he had the 18s, I think it was 18 inch, the 24s, and he had some like 5 footers. Okay,
Right.
those were thicker. Those
Right.
were thicker.
Probably quarter inch, probably either
Or-
quarter or 3/8.
Or 5 or 3/8, I want to say.
Yeah, probably 3/8. I mean,
But he had 2 foot tall of certain things. Now the other stuff wasn't but a foot tall because of the weight.
right.
The weight of it. You know, that stuff heavy. Glass.
Oh,
Sheets of glass like that. And especially the big ones. And he didn't want I mean I figured he didn't tell me, but I figured that he didn't want it bowing his that short deck.
Yeah. Well, I'll put it like this. Now, when I worked at that glass shop, a normal size sheet of glass for us in quarter and 3/16, we're talking 84 by 120.
Oh yeah.
That's inches.
Right.
So we're talking, that's what, about 7 foot by 10 foot. That was a normal sheet,
Right.
and we would cut that down, and I mean we had it was all computer.
Yeah, 10 foot is 120.
Yeah, but I mean we would lay a sheet down. We'd get the list of what had to be cut and everything, and we'd go over to the computer and type it in, and the computer would automatically go, okay, here's how to get the most out of this sheet without having that much waste. And I mean, we would always, depending upon the thickness of the glass, would determine how much, because we would have so much, we'd have two edges that we didn't know if it was square or not on the table, but it would sit there and square it up for sure, and that was trash, and they'd do everything else. But I mean, if there were times when we had to have something small, there was no way to go over and get, say, a full sheet. We always had cut off and everything, because I mean, sometimes we might have something that's like 3 foot by 4 foot, but we might need something that's, say, 2 by, say, 24 by 30. Okay, we go over in our cutoff area, we'd find that piece, we'd cut it out of that. So,
I'll be
yeah,
back
I mean,
in a minute.
but me getting, like I said, when I was getting all this glass and everything, it was basically it was all trash, and all I had to do was, I mean, I still got my cutter and everything to cut and break the glass and everything else. I've got my own set of tools for doing that. But the only thing I don't have is the grinder or the machines for doing some of the edge work on it. Because that's one thing we did there is we did the edge work on the glass. But Money, do you think something like this would be worth trying to get back into and selling?
Yeah, you get into craft shows and stuff where you'd want to be at.
Yeah.
You'd want to go to farmers markets, craft shows, things of that nature.
Yeah, like the one
because-
we're having 17th would be
Right.
perfect for something like that.
Right. Now I know for a fact that
Hey, Lisa.
Hey Lisa. I've got about 4 or 5 different glass shops around here. I can talk to the owner or manager or whatever. Just tell them, hey, I'm looking for scrap glass. Stuff that y'all are gonna just throw away. And everything. Because I've got the gloves. I've got everything. But like I said,
so-
the only thing I don't have is like on this one right here. This had the edge work done to it on these bottom pieces, but everything else was just raw glass that I just took and
All right, give me my baby.
put, took the sharpness off the edges.
Bailey Boo.
There, Bailey.
Bailey. Oh, it's my baby Bailey.
See, I came up, but you disappeared.
Sorry. I kind of had this little thing. Mother Nature called, and when she called,
Hey,
wait,
Lisa.
Yeah, she had to go answer.
I leaned off the dock, but apparently I didn't get far enough, according to her. So I had to go. I had to change.
Oh, I know that feeling from
Well,
all the
that's
health
all
issues
good.
I've got.
I'm in my holies. Literally, my pants have holes in them from
Well,
snagging doors and everything.
I tell you what, sweetie, what I'll do is I'll get this, dust and everything cleaned off of this one. And if y'all, get a table and everything set up, that's fine. I'll let you have it there as a decoration. And if anybody is interested,
No, because if it goes on the table, they're gonna sell it.
no, it's something like this is not for sale.
No, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. No, it would not. Now, is it one that you're going to be at, or is it something that you're just going to take?
I'm going to be there, but I'm going to be in concession. I'm not going to be helping you with the table.
Well, like I said, it would be one that the girls would have to be instructed not for sale.
You'd have to talk to Stacy on that one.
All right. Because I can make. I mean, like I said, if need
I wouldn't take it because someone might offer them a good price and they say yeah.
I make one or two if you can with what you have here, and get those ready to sell.
Well, hang on. I'm going to have. The only thing is some of the stuff I don't have, like the UV glue, anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, that's something that we need to have sellable products for.
Yeah.
And you tell them what to put on it. Because with what you okay. Oh. Okay, your computer does not like me.
Nice, Jane. Where's my KFC?
It's at KFC.
Yeah. Well, I had to unplug from the laptop and replug it back in because it said it wasn't plugged in at all. So I've been running on the entire stream.
Uh-oh.
We're down to 13%, but it's plugged up and recording now. So.
Is it charging right now?
14 is available, plugged in.
All right.
Yeah.
So I don't know why, it must have just come unplugged without being noticed.
It does that on the bed too, so. But it's just a little bitty bit right on the very inside. But no, if you can make a couple and put a price on them to where they are sellable, then you talk with Peggy and Janice about putting them on the table, because basically in order to put them on the table, you're going to have to donate them to the group. Hey, Breezy.
Hey, Breezy.
And any money that is made off them goes to the group. You won't get it.
I know.
It's like my shawl. I'm not making any money off it, even though I spent the money to make it.
Well, no, see, that's what I'm saying, I'd only want something like this put up there to see if there is a market for them. I mean, if nobody's interested in wanting them, then I'm not going to make any.
Well, that's why you make two and you would have to make a couple to sell. You don't just have a display piece. You would need sellable pieces.
Yeah. But like you said, the money, it wouldn't go to me, it'd be going to them.
But for being a first craft fair, not having any product out for period, True. what's losing what, $20, $15 to $30 in
okay, what's my time frame? What's my time frame on it?
The 17th.
It's basically you're paying for marketing at that point.
About 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do it. I could get several made in 3 weeks. It don't take that long.
Yeah.
It's just the material of one thing is getting the glass in.
Yeah.
And second is getting the glue. Black light, that's no big deal.
Black light, you get a light bulb and
I know, that's what I'm saying.
a flashlight.
Right, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Black light, go over to Walmart and get that.
Oh yeah. You can get a flashlight with black light bulbs in it.
Well, it'd be better to just get the regular light bulb itself and just get a regular outlet and stick it in there.
Yeah.
You need that length on there.
Well, all I need is just the black light itself.
Like
I
a
don't-
round, a screw-in black light?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, or incandescent bulb black light. Okay.
Yeah,
It'd be-
that's
I
all
thought
I
you was
need.
talking about a LED, not a LED, a fluorescent bulb. You know, because I used to have that long time ago when I had some black light stuff.
Renegade shipping would not be hard because, you know, if nothing else, I have packing material.
Yeah.
I have paper. I have yarn. I have fabric. You know, I can always go to Dollar Tree, talk to the manager up there because they get these big, like 2-foot square sheets of paper, wrap their coffee cups in and glassware and stuff like that when they sell it. Okay, hey, you know, how can I pay you for some? I can get a stack like this, or I can go buy a roll of craft paper or
Bubble wrap at Walmart. And
Yep.
at the Dollar Tree, you can buy bubble wrap for
Dollar
hardly
General,
nothing.
$50. Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't be a problem. I mean, there's always ways for shipping. The only slight problem might be the boxes. But again, that's fixable.
I got my oscilloscope, for electronics sent to me. That sucker came in. It had bubble wrap. It came in a big box. It had 6 inches of bubble wrap on the bottom, the top, the sides. Oh yeah, that thing wasn't gonna get injured in transport.
Yeah. I have a box that's 12 by 12. It's 12 by 14 by 12. And it only had like 10 or 15 products in it, but they were small. I literally had a piece of paper that they pull off the butcher roll to use to stuff it. I had one piece of paper that was the length of the living room, dining room, and out into that back hall back there. I'm sitting here folding it this high. I'm just back and forth. That thing is that thick.
Dang.
And that's nothing but craft paper. I have paper bags and stuff from when my girls group, when we do our gift exchange, I've got bags from there. You know, if nothing else, I can find a place and go buy a Sunday paper. Go buy 1 or 2 of them.
So, Cajun, you weren't here, but I went Black Friday shopping without going Black Friday shopping.
Yep. He got a good deal.
Oh yeah.
So I went and bought 5 Morgans, Cajun, and my brain wasn't thinking when I bought them. Really wasn't. I mean, they're, MS Morgans. I mean, they're really pretty. Okay, so stupid.
You went to a coin shop?
No, I stopped by a pawn shop.
Oh, a pawn shop. Okay.
And
His camera's not wanting to work. There you
there
go.
it goes.
Give me 1 second, and there you go.
No, that's a New Orleans mint.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till he flips it.
1891. 94. Wait.
97.
1? 7? Okay.
So my brain didn't focus on this coin until I got home, and then I started thinking, I'm like, wait, that's a key date. And so we looked it up on just the gray sheet. In an MS-60, this is $900. In an MS-62, this is $1,350. And an MS-63, this is $3,200.
Dang.
Yeah.
So, yeah, me not sending this in is stupidly redundant. So, yes, this is going to be going to NGC very quickly.
That's
thinking about
gonna
setting
be.
a ball
I don't
in,
care. It's gonna be-
Yeah, and I don't mind telling people what to pay for it. I only got it for 40. I got it for $40.
Sorry. Don't know what happened.
And I'm just like,
Yeah.
But, yeah. So
Back up.
I got Black Friday shopping. I got Black Friday shopping. What? Seems like one of my coins be worth that. Renegade, I get buddy. Me even being a dealer, that's like my once in a lifetime. I'm telling you. I have that all the time. Of if I buy expensive coins, I pay an expensive price for them. This was just in like a little dump bin thing.
I think it's in there.
I went through it and I found it, and I was
Make
like,
sure I have the card
along
back.
with 4 others. So that was what that was.
You said that was 1897?
1897. Oh,
Okay. I'm looking at the minutes on them, and that was 4 million of a minute. 4,004,000.
Okay. Sorry.
There's a lot of them with 4 million. But the 1896. Now that one's worth some big bucks.
I don't get in there. Not unless you're sitting right there when I get in.
That's what I'm saying.
Michael.
Crystal.
But
Michael
in
Anthony.
BU, it's showing the MS-60 is showing $900, I think, in Coinbase.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, he's up a creek, and not in a good way. Yes, when I have to call you by your first name, you're in trouble. When I
Yeah,
do
so-
you're really in trouble.
so I'll put my camera, and I'll give him a minute.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll bring it
You
down.
got the gray sheet out, but
Yeah, that's what he was looking at earlier.
Yeah, because that's what I go by that. I don't go by retail, because I gotta look at, if I just sell it to another dealer or something, what am I gonna? physically
oh yeah,
sell?
but I'm just saying that MS-60, it's only worth 900 something.
Right, and that's what I'm talking about.
But I say only. I'm thinking like,
That's-
that's not a big deal, but
That's
it is
what
a
it
big
is.
deal because it jumps up. When it hits AU and BU, it does jump up.
So I'm trying to get this thing to focus. Okay.
It's a paddle. I'm going to break it on him.
Yeah, she would break it.
All right, so
Especially if she hit me in the dick.
1897
Present him, Crystal, if you don't mind.
So the
I don't mind.
1897 Now this one here is an AU 58 for 270. MS-60 is 900. MS-62 is 1350. A 63 is 32. This is a 64.
What's that one at 14,000?
That is a MS-64, but if I send it over to CAC and get the green sticker on it.
Yeah.
So if they can bring it back a 64, but CAC thinks it's more like a 65, they'll put a 14,000 on it, because if it was a 65, it would be 50,000.
Yep.
So yeah, this coin is. I only spent $40 on this coin, so it's definitely worth me sending it in.
All right, guys. It has been 2 hours, 10 minutes. So I normally try and keep it at 2 hours. Not for anything special. It's just after 2 hours, I don't want to be up here. Nothing against the people that are on screen with me or on panel with me or in my chats. I'm not a people person, but I can deal with it if I have to. I'm not getting paid for this, so I'm only going to do it for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Let y'all guys have some fun and see how broke we're gonna go with money. And yeah,
Hey,
I've
money.
already,
Hey, I'll give you $90 for that Morgan.
Okay.
Hey, you double your money on it right now.
so let's start saying goodbye, guys.
Have a good one, guy. I actually gotta get out of here in a few minutes. I gotta go pick up Kiki anyway from work. Poor thing.
Okay, I gotta check my messages because. So, Miss Lorna.
Yep, she popped out already.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Good to see y'all again. Appreciate you having me up, Miss Crystal. And
Not a
Mather,
problem.
good to see you again.
Yep.
Money Maniacs, good to see you again. All right. As always, love, peace, crackling grease. Catch y'all later.
Bye,
Pluto.
guys.
All right. And I'll see everybody next week when I go live or whenever
On
we go
Monday.
live on the cooking channel. Don't
Eh,
know when we'll do next. We're still
right.
working on it.
yeah.
But
Y'all have
appreciate
fun.
everybody being here.
Stay safe. And I'd say behave, but I know better with the guys on panel. One of them's already in my doghouse, so. Renegade. Aren't there some football games or something on right now? I don't know, but it's 5:30 here. So y'all guys have fun. Stay safe. Stay blessed.
All right.